All right. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and go back to the top.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep.
I don't fit in society, and I am incompetent. I'm definitely incompetent.
That's not what I said.
Well, I say that. I say that. No, there's nothing wrong with being incompetent because you don't have to do as much. If you're competent, then you got a lot to do. See, but there's another aspect of it too. I've learned to reflect. I just reflect back. I know I don't know. I know I'm stupid. I admit I'm a petty whatever. I've never been a success at anything. I even got to the point where I didn't want to be a success at anything. What would being a success, what does that mean, you know? Money? Oh, I've had all the money in the world 3 times and I had to give it back. It's a stupid little game, you know? My awareness and my consciousness is not the same as somebody that goes to school and has a mom and dad. See, not having parents have left me in another dimension, so to say. I don't have no bad going for nothing. I don't judge. I hardly even think about too much.
All right, and we are back. Well, it is actually the first that I guess it really wasn't even a take. I just forgot to hit record.
Right.
So here we are. So I apologize to the people that are watching on Facebook Live that had to. Well, I mean, it was a different intro, a very insightful one.
Right.
By the one and only Mr. Charles Manson. But yeah, we're down here at the Wyoming Pop Culture Con at the Eastridge Mall, right? Eastridge?
Yes, sir. In the old Macy's building.
Yeah, it is very strange in here. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess, if... well, you just have to come down here and check it out. Lots of vendors. We're patiently waiting for the one and only Kamakazie Kid.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him on.
There's lots of mochi and snacks across from our table.
Yep.
Ooh, Pocky too.
I don't really know what any of that stuff is, but
Yeah.
So like, what is it?
Asian dry snacks. The Pocky's like the little breadstick things with chocolate. dipped on
Okay, I gotcha.
them.
What would be equivalent to, or what would that be equivalent to?
I don't know anything else like it. It's always been that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they like come in a little tube and there's like a bunch of little breadsticks with chocolate on them. But they're more like graham cracker sticks or something.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then the mochi, I don't really know exactly what mochi is, but it's like little squishy balls with like flavored bean paste or something inside them. They're good as hell.
Bean paste, and we got a hot dog coming down.
Sweet.
Man, what kind of mustard is that? What kind of mustard's on that hot dog, sir?
Yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Love base. It's baseball season.
Hey,
Hell
yes,
yeah.
sir, it is. Speaking of baseball season, don't forget May 23rd, opening day of the Casper Spuds. Holy moly. I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, it's a little different. For those that are our wonderful listeners on those wonderful podcast platforms, setup's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Josh is on the left to me. He's usually on the right. We are rocking like a cat in the hat, bunny in a sack. Jesus. Completely sober, too. That's why none of this is fucking funny at all. Oh, man. But yeah, those that are tuned in on the live, get down here. Open till 7. Yeah, like we're saying, lots of vendors. Jeez, I mean, you can even get a tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a tattoo.
A tap two.
Lots of cosplay. Like I was saying earlier, we're going to hopefully get the Ghostbusters on here. We're going to do a little demonstrating with all that cool-ass gear that they got.
Right.
Also, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody that's been sharing. Shout out. Shout out. Shout it. Do truly appreciate that. Because it helps us out. And yeah. We need all the help we can get. Call in, that's right. 1-800-293-4678. We take Cash App and
Hell yeah.
Venmo. We are also signing autographs, professional ones.
All day.
All day, that's right.
And tomorrow.
Yep. And don't forget, tonight, the Wagon Wheel, we got the Assault Creek Roller Derby bout.
And we'll be there.
That's right. We want you. Also, if you haven't got a chance to check out the latest episode, Melanie, Miss
Maladjusted.
Thank you. She was on the show last week. She gave us a little rundown of, the ins and outs, I guess. I'm sure there's more. We probably could have talked for hours and hours. But yeah, we are super excited to go check that out tonight. But yeah, like I was saying, check out the last week's episode. She was on there.
Hell yeah. It was fun.
It was. Yeah, this is just kind of strange, man. Also, shout out to Delgado Entertainment. What a great time that was last night.
Yeah, that was fun.
I seriously could not sleep. I had so much excitement.
Right.
Also, you can't forget about Forbidden Leaf. Little Shop of Burgers, of course. If you're hungry, they are open today until 8 or 9. That's what we like to do here. We like to support local. Yellow mustard. Damn it. I didn't get that recorded either, dude. That was... Oh, patiently waiting. Okay. Well, hey, we will get back live with you guys later on. Gonna get some food real quick. I'm not getting hangry, but I need some food for the brain, as they say. Yeah.
Welcome to the comic.
Top hits. 5 people prepared to be disappointed. Yeah. There may be some fucks thrown around. You never know.
Of children listening to this.
Yeah. Podcast off.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Well,
I want to listen to the podcast. From then,
Drinking and talking bullshit.
Appreciate it, Josh, Stevie.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the music. Three-wheel bicycle, baby. I love it.
Hey, we're 10410, and you're listening to Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast.
I've got a mug full of cold coffee, 3 cigarettes, a pistol, and a mask. With these cheap sunglasses and 20 on pump one, let's run.
Walking on what? Cha-cha cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
that's right. Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. This is the first official interview of the Pop Culture Con. We have the Comic Zone podcast returning guest
Mike.
And I'm Aaron.
We are so excited to have you guys on once again. Welcome, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Aaron's first time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Last year he wasn't officially a host, and now he is.
Heck yeah.
You know, Daddy let him in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mommy.
No, it's Daddy.
I have checked out a couple of your guys' lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you in there a few times. Appreciate that.
Yeah. It's hard to interact because usually when I'm listening to stuff, I'm out in the garage painting.
Yeah.
But
no, it's all good. As long as people are listening, I know, it is nice when we have guests, or not guests, but people in the chat, like interacting with us and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's always cool because then you can jump from the conversation over and it just kind of keeps the conversation moving.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
What, there was that one live video that you did a while back. You were playing a video game. What game was that, dude?
Enter the Gungeon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's a fucking... It's one of them games that you got to be okay with dying a lot.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're moving... It's hard to explain if you haven't played it, but they call it like a dungeon crawler or
Yep.
whatever. Have you played it?
I have not played it. I've seen the previews and everything for it, but I have played different games.
Yeah,
like that rogue games and shit. They're pretty similar,
right? Like so, The Binding of Isaac is one that's really.
I played that one.
Yep.
It's really they're basically the same kind of thing.
Yep.
I've played that game off and on for like 4 years, I think.
You really?
And I've never once completed it.
Yeah.
Right.
So what console is that on?
It's on everything. You can play
Okay.
it on PC. You can play it on Xbox. I was playing on the Switch.
Okay. So is it like a newer game then?
No.
Okay.
Not well. I mean, newer in the sense of like it's a modern game, but it's been around for probably 6 years or so.
I gotcha.
I got into it a couple years after it came out, and my son, he was like, "Hey, Dad, like, you got to check this game out." And I just, he was better than me, obviously, at first, and then now he's like, fuck you. I mean, he doesn't say fuck because I'll whoop his ass. I'll whoop his ass.
Yeah.
No. He
Depends on the context.
He's like, "Yeah, Dad, you're like so much better than me at this." I'm like, I know, son.
Right.
Oh man, I can't
You
get
just
us all
expect
in
that
here.
for the rest of your life. I'm better than you.
There we go.
Little picture. So yeah, we just had you guys over on our podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always good. It's always good getting you guys.
Shout out to the Kamakazie Kid. He's going to take the professional picture for us. He's a trained professional.
Yeah,
He is a
Don't
very
worry.
trained professional.
Don't worry, he's not on fire either. I wish he was.
I was like, I know where the fire extinguishers are.
Yeah, that was. I really like the chat, the movies stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
You know,
yeah.
My sides are still hurting a little bit from it.
Thank you, man.
We like to just kind of let the conversation flow, dude. It's not like I feel like if I took too many notes or whatever, you know, it doesn't come out organically, and then it's just, you know, it's not authentic. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Right.
So just let the conversation flow. You're amongst friends, and
Yeah.
like it's just gonna happen
Yeah.
naturally. And a lot of the people that talk to me that have heard the show, they're like, their biggest thing is they're like, it's super fun to listen to because it's like you almost feel like you're sitting there with you guys. It's like chilling with some buddies and just having some drinks or whatever and chilling. It's like and that's the way I've always thought of it. It's like we're gonna have these conversations anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
so we might as well record it and put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of we're gonna do an hour show. 90% of the time, we've sat around for 3 hours talking.
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, I wish we could do longer ones, but
We've done a couple of shows that hit the 2 hour mark.
oh yeah, 2 hours is like I have a certain threshold on how far, like how long they can be.
Yeah.
If not, I have to, or I can't upload it to the website. We got like a limit. On,
Damn it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But I
don't-
bet if you pay more, then you
yeah,
can. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like
They want that money.
Yeah.
it's like I think an hour and a half's like hour and a half, 2 hours. That's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like to get out what you're trying to talk about, and then
Yeah.
I mean you're probably gonna lose people after about that long anyway.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean we're not fucking Joe Rogan. We can't do 4 or 5 hour podcasts. And,
Or Jim Cornette.
Or Pat
talking.
McAfee.
right.
Right.
I mean, his show's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I've watched a few
We
of
have
them.
had a couple people say, well, your one buddy that drives truck and stuff. It's like, well, I'll just listen
Yeah.
to
Well,
it.
trucking.
And
Oh yeah.
Shout
yeah.
out to Josh Smith.
I mean, you have those outlier type of people that will sit through the whole thing. A lot of our lives, we get like the same people that chill through the whole live and hang with us, and I'm always super appreciative of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we've got, because of the lives, because of looking at our numbers and what's doing well, which episodes do well, and what we're talking about. You know, I'm able to see what people are actually interested in, and then, you know, in the past, I'd say 6 months or whatever, we've gotten a lot more people that are sticking with us, going back, listen to our older episodes. We got 150 on the website right now. That's thecomicszone.com if you're wanting to go check us out.
You can
Pew,
get
pew,
that
pew, pew.
anywhere you want on any of your listening devices.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's starting to take off in a big way, and I'm
Heck yeah.
super appreciative of that. Like always.
Well,
you can't even hear it.
yeah, he doesn't have the
like-
headphones on.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Oh,
Shoot me your intro to your show, and I will. That's another thing I've been doing for past month or so. Like if someone gives me like a new song or something, I'll play it on the show. Shoot me an intro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll get it to you.
I love.
I mean, I gotta admit though, your artwork back there, it's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Now, you using spray paint on that, or
That is
all
yes.
spray paint, yeah.
that is awesome.
There is May 24th at the Nicolason. They're doing a judged expo, and that painting is out of control. It is out of control. 40 by 50.
Oh damn!
And I framed it.
Is that the
It's-
one that fell off the wall?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw your post earlier. I was like, oh, no.
Dude. But the funny thing was, is I said to Jessica, I was like, you know, after I came back in the house, it kind of cooled off a little bit. I was like, you know, it's like inevitable, because I thought, I'm like, you know, one of these days I'm going to come out there and that fucker's going to be off the wall. But
Was it fucked up?
I have to do a little readjusting to like the tongue on it and stuff, but my thank whoever, my
The gods.
it did not get punctured or anything.
Yeah, dude. That's what that was what I was wondering, if it got like a fucking hole in it or something.
Yeah.
That would suck, because you can't do shit with it after that.
Right.
Well, I mean, you can like patch it up and stuff, but me personally, then I think that I'm giving you something that's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's not genuine, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I get that. Like, there's been a few times where, and it's not that many. Like, generally our podcasts I'm pretty happy with, but there's been a couple times where it's just wasn't hitting right, and I was just like, we're not even going to use that one. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, have you guys ever had that happen?
Yes and no. No, because we just keep going, and I just put them out there. Mm-hmm. Yes, in the aspect of like, when, like you were talking about the number stuff, you know, and it's like, well, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that's always that's why for the first year and a half, like, I only recently started looking at that stuff. Because when you're starting out a podcast, like, realistically, you got probably at least a couple years before you even start to get people listening.
Traction.
So you start looking at that shit.
That like, dude's pants are fucking cool.
Damn. Caddyshack in the house.
Yeah. You start looking at that stuff, though, too early, and you're just going to, like kill it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
Like, because I get looking at, like, our overall listens, like, on each episode throughout time, and it's, like, one listen on a show, you know, and that was probably me, you know?
Right.
It's like...
making a clip.
Yeah.
Like, I got to check this out. I got to listen to how I sounded, because I know there was a few of the ones that, the first ones I did as a guest host with you, you know, when you'd called me in, I'd go back and listen to it just to hear how I sounded, because I was like, I'm not,
I don't like it. I don't go back and listen barely ever. I listen to, like, the first 20 minutes of our
just to
podcast,
see if the levels are good and whatever.
to hear how, you know, our transitions and shit.
Because you kind of gotta, like, so does this record in WAV and then you gotta upload MP3?
Yep.
All right, so you go in and use Audacity or whatever you're using, the editing software, and inevitably you gotta listen to some of it.
Yep.
As you're doing your thing, but yeah, at first, just hearing my voice through the headphones as you're talking, you're just like, this is so fucking weird. Like, getting,
that's a whole lot right there.
Yeah, getting past that point, it's like, I don't even hear my voice, like, because, you know, your voice sounds different to you than it does to everybody else, because it's going through your skull, and, like, you're just hearing it differently. Now, I hear my voice how it actually sounds, and that was fucking weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I don't like. I don't like listening to it. I'm like, dude, I sound like a dumbass.
I think that's everybody, though, dude. I think that's everybody.
Yeah, right? That's that, hurdle you got to cross or something?
Yeah. I mean, it's like we were just talking to this, that lady Heather over there. She's a cosplayer.
Oh, okay.
And I was telling her, like, so she was talking about, you know, just like social anxiety and that kind of thing. And just that, it's like you're thinking, like, just in regular conversation, you're like talking to somebody and you're like thinking about, oh, don't say anything stupid, don't say anything, like, you know what I mean? So to record yourself and then put it out there, that's like fucking tenfold.
Yeah.
And that's something I had to get over big time, and now I don't give a fuck. But you know what I mean? Unless we get into one of them tequila nights, which we haven't in a long time. And then I go back and listen to my drunk self, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, sometimes you are pretty funny, though.
Well, I appreciate that. But
you know, I got to be honest with you. That was one of the things, too, that I always got, like, when the three-wheel bicycle thing first started, because we would like take those gross shots
Oh shit.
and all that, and like, dude, like, man, nobody wants to sit around and listen to somebody slur their words and like,
Which is funny because it's not true at all.
Right.
It's not true at all. People like really want to listen to that. Like one of our.
That's what I tried telling my wife. I'm like, dude, people do like to listen to that.
Yeah, that's. If anything, it's fucking hilarious.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Well, and
listening to
that's
yourself
90%
drunk?
of what we try to do is try to be funny.
Right.
Hope you learn some shit.
Yep,
Like
learn
to
some
promote other people and other people's strives and
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of learning stuff, did you guys know that competitive art used to be an Olympic sport?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Competitive-
According to
Competitive art, like painting?
Interesting.
it just says competitive art.
That's weird. Like, so you're fucking running down a track and trying to paint a picture. you got a canvas strapped around your fucking neck. Just like, well, this is
spill the paint.
Or maybe it was like, okay, here's like a picture of something. Now you guys, got X amount of time to finish it, or
like a time thing.
Who knows?
Yeah,
That's kind of cool, though.
We might have to look into that, Steve.
Yeah.
Or you might have to look into that, Steve.
You could you could become an Olympian.
Actually, I do want to say something, and I'm not like tooting my own horn or anything, but it was, oh man, like 7-8 years ago, I was on K2 the morning.
Yep.
all
News. I painted 2 paintings, dude, in the hour that they gave me.
While being interviewed.
Yeah.
That's pimp.
I was like, "You sure? Like, it's gonna stink in here."
Yeah.
But like, the crazy thing too is like looking back at that, like that was a time where like I didn't really know how to use the fucking caps and you know what I mean, the pressure and all that stuff. So like that thing was just like a pool, almost. Yeah. I mean, it was, sweet landscape painting, but anyway.
Right. So, are you doing different kind of paintings back then?
Yeah, mostly like landscape stuff and a lot of doodle. A lot of doodle.
A lot of diddling.
Yeah. Thank you.
Diddle.
No diddy.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Competitive art, apparently, at the 1912 Summer Olympics in Stockholm, American Walter Winhams took the podium and waved proudly to the crowd. He allegedly won 2 Olympic awards of gold for sharp shooting at the 1908 London Games. That has nothing to do with art, so skip over that.
Shooting's an art.
Touche, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Anything can be an art form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as there's love behind it. Yeah, hey, keep that as a fucking soundbite, because that's
Where are we at?
inspirational as
18?
fuck.
what?
We're at 18 minutes.
18.
That's how I've been
Use
doing
that
it.
for inspiration for all them fucking three-wheel bicycle podcast listeners.
Apparently, from 1912 to 1952, jurors awarded a total of 151 medals to original works in the fine arts inspired by athletic endeavors. Now on the eve of 100, it still does not. Yeah,
It's
sorry
not-
guys.
It doesn't tell you.
I thought you had something there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, rewind. But yeah, competitive art.
If you thought you were going to learn something, psych.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully people learn that competitive. I had no idea. that
Somebody's going
competitive-
to find out. It just, hey, if you're in the comments, fucking look that fucker up and let us know what the hell is competitive. What was it?
Competitive art.
Yep.
What is that? What is it?
Please tell us. We would like to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys come up with the name for your show?
Well, honestly, I don't really remember.
He said I was drunk. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the other host, he's actually here's a spoiler alert for the people that have been tuned in from day one. Jake is going to be joining us again.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so that's going to be awesome. But yeah, Jake and I were sitting in the garage one night, and then I don't remember if he said it. I don't remember if I said it. Like,
yeah, it's just one of them things.
it's like, oh yeah, fucking, and then we went with it. It's like
and
an
it can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah, it's an
I like to
oxymoron.
think of like it's
like a big wheel.
I like to think of the people.
Okay.
Like it's
What do
a
you mean?
bicycle. We got 3 wheels.
Yeah.
We're just trucking. I
Yep.
don't know.
So you guys are like the third wheel right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I get it.
I
The
got you.
guest is the third wheel.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah. I
I
mean, when you call somebody the third wheel, you like generally that's not a good thing, though. Right?
very true.
I mean, he's
See,
not
and then
wrong.
it goes
Like-
back to how a 3-wheel bicycle is essentially a tricycle.
Right, and that's what I picture.
But it's not a
I'm like-
tricycle. It is not a tricycle.
I'm like,
I
I
will
guess-
fight that all
Yeah.
day.
I guess they like tricycles. That's
The difference between a 3-wheel bicycle and a tricycle is a tricycle has the pedals on the front wheel.
right.
A 3-wheel bicycle is like a
pedaling.
bicycle and has the 2 wheels in the back, usually a basket in the back.
Well, yeah. Okay, almost
and
like
you
a trike.
pedal it like a bike.
Yeah, almost like a trike.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a trike is just a tricycle in my
He's like,
book.
we're not.
Well,
Well,
they
yeah.
do have trikes, like
Yeah.
Harley Davidson.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's,
and that's where I was going at with
But
that.
it's got a
because,
chain. It's got a chain, and you pedal it like a
Yeah.
bike.
all right.
That's
all
what
right.
I would call a 3-wheel bicycle.
I like it.
Ooh, this is an interesting fact. Headphones can increase the bacteria in your ears.
That's
Sweet.
nice.
That's
Awesome.
That's
mean-
nice.
What kind of bacteria? Is it some COVID-19 bacteria, or is this from under cheese?
I think this was actually.
That's gross.
I think his phone says anchovies.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Avocados.
Oh, okay.
Anchovies.
Avocados are not
Anchovy
vegetables.
bacteria.
no,
That's
they're
what's
not.
in
They're
your-
disgusting.
dude.
They taste like dirt.
Never tried one.
My ears smell like fish.
Well, don't stick your head between your legs like that, then.
You- don't tell me how to live my life.
Did you see that? You?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
What was it?
That was Wildcat. From
Yeah.
is it TNA or TN?
Oh, wrestler.
You know, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I personally have not really truly watched any wrestling since probably 2000.
Oh, so since the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Yeah, same like the NWA shit
Yeah.
or NWO.
But
what was
like,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
NWO.
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 yeah.
Wolfpack.
But like, I
Hollywood
will
Hogan.
sit and listen to like Jim Cornette talk about how shitty new wrestling is for 4 hours.
Well, and I still
check
watch it. You know, my dad
Yeah.
watches it and everything. So
Oh, hell
I'll
yeah.
catch all the pay-per-view events. I don't watch it, Raw or
Right.
Yeah.
SmackDown as much as he does. But,
Yeah.
he keeps me up to date and everything. And so seeing a lot of the Attitude Era wrestlers coming back and, trying to, hold their merit with some of these younger
Yeah.
cats has been interesting. I'm kind of glad that the Roman Reigns reign is over. That he had that shit long enough. Like 3.5 years, he held that title.
Okay. That's the ring. Okay, I got
See,
you.
my
Yeah.
thing with wrestling is like, I can't watch it. Like I'm just like, God damn. Like I try, and I just can't do it. But then when I can watch a documentary though, like
yeah.
I like the
documentaries are awesome.
I like the behind the scenes stuff, like big time. Just like understanding their industry. Like I respect it. I just can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the Dark Side of the Rings?
Yes.
I have watched that. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Which movie?
Just it's a docu-series,
Which
The
one?
Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, I love Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did
where
some-
they talk about that one dude getting like fucking stabbed to death in the like what the hell, dude?
They go into the Montreal screw job.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you got to respect what they do for sure, because
Yeah.
like I mean, especially back in the day, the way they what do they call it, kayfabe,
Yeah.
or like where you don't talk about,
Yeah.
you don't break character, you don't like, because I guess the Undertaker he didn't break character for
Ever.
I don't think.
for like 30 years or
I
something.
think when he switched to the American badass persona is when he started breaking character and kind of lightening up and being a little
Right.
less evil.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was after he got big.
Yeah, he got so beefy.
Dude, we got a special emergency alert. My mom, Kamakazie, touched Laser's butt.
Oh shit!
Oh,
She did what? Go Kamakazie.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
That's amazing. It would, man. We got a pretty good spot here.
Yeah,
know
you
what I
did.
mean?
We're
Yeah, you guys
over-
got a
we're-
good spot.
We're way over there in the fucking corner.
Don't put baby in the corner.
Yeah, that's how I felt last year. I'm not gonna lie.
We did all right. Like we've been doing all right all day though. We got tons of guests. We got about like an hour 40 of stuff. So I think we got a good. I think if we get a couple more interviews, get to like 2 hours, that'll be a good one, and I'll just upload it tonight.
Nice.
Because we were gonna go live, but come to
fucking
find out
internet.
there's no internet. Yeah. Which sucks, but it's whatever.
Which I thought the mall had free internet anyway for when you're walking around up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we went live earlier. I did off my tablet. It said it was like pretty shitty, essentially.
I couldn't
so
even
many
bet
words.
The closer you are to that hallway, the better off.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah, so
I don't
know
have
where
a
all the
cord
free
that
internet
goes
is out in the court.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We're gonna move our table out there.
We will
You just
interview
said
everybody
alcohol
that comes in.
Yeah, I don't even get like the signal over there. It doesn't even show up on the
Weird.
on the Wi-Fi list.
Crazy.
It's just everybody's phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sitting good. Are you an Apple man?
I have an iPhone.
See?
iPhone's the devil.
Just say you can't afford it, bro.
No, iPhone is the devil. I hate Apple products. I'm an Android guy all the way.
They're so user friendly. You're just being a hater.
No, they're
No.
not user friendly.
And
Bullshit,
everything,
they're not.
I
Oh,
don't
he's
care
out.
what
Yeah,
nobody
you're
says.
outnumbered on this table.
I don't know what. It doesn't matter what anybody says about user friendly. Everything is the same thing. You learn it, you have it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
When you get something new, it's like that's a pain in the ass. But whatever.
This is the first iPhone I've had. Like, and I think Androids are fine, but you
And
know.
I don't know what
Yeah.
Apple is like now, but when I first got an iPod, I was so pissed off at Apple that I had to pay for fucking Apple Tunes, whatever the hell they called
And then
it back then.
U2 just ends up on your playlist.
Yeah.
Everything I had, everything.
I
had
didn't
to pay
even
for.
download this. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why
Was
I
like-
hated it. And
I was like,
you had to have special equipment, special cords, special, to be able to use it with Android. You can
everything
plug
was
into
different.
everything.
Yeah.
It was like, no, piss on you guys. I don't want to spend more money.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like, especially now. Like, back in the day, you'd have your computer, you'd have iTunes, you just rip CDs onto there and
Yeah.
fucking put them on. It's like now you can't really do that with it.
Right.
Like, you talk
Just-
about.
Piracy is theft.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean.
it wasn't even piracy. I bought that CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
did the same thing. I had
Oh, yeah.
15,000 songs on
Yeah.
my freaking iPod or
Oh, yeah.
something, and then
I
I
used
didn't
to
have a computer to update it, and blah 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 blah, and I didn't have the right cord, and I was like, I'll sell this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
I-
where I,
I
was at.
used
Is I
to-
didn't have the right computer to update everything, so I went back to Android. Now most of my family uses iPhone. I still use Android because I can plug into a Mac and still do everything I need to do.
If you're
But
gay,
you have-
just say that, dude.
What you must be the gay one because you have dick on the brain right now. Don't that's abuse, man.
You want
Ooh,
one
that's-
more?
dude,
You want more of these?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd appreciate it.
I don't know, man. You may be cut off, dude.
No more for you.
I'm fine. Here, you guys are tripping. Dude, I always love fucking doing these shows with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We should
Thank
do
you.
more. We should do more of
Yeah,
these.
this has been fun.
Like the podcast community and Casper needs to link up more.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Well, summertime, and now
In the city.
we'll start doing the shows
In the
out in
city.
the garage.
In
and
the
there's
city.
Yeah.
more space. We can smoke out there.
Yeah.
You know, that type shit.
Yeah, we can
But,
hang out in the studio.
Yeah.
In the studio.
Yeah. Yeah. Art
Studio.
slash
Art
podcast. Yeah.
/ rave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, spin us a fat beat, dude. All right, now rap. Go for it.
You can't even hear it.
Exactly. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it sounded good.
I forgot. He doesn't.
You were about right
go
on
with
though.
Yeah,
You're about right
you
on
were
there.
right on
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Aaron's not wearing headphones because of the bacteria, yo.
It smells like avocado.
Yeah, no anchovy bacteria in my ears.
Yeah, you ain't getting my ears.
That's so tired.
That is not an Olympic sport either.
What are we sitting at for time? I guess it really doesn't matter. You guys don't have a set schedule, do you?
No, dude.
Sweet.
No. I've been trying to get some of these celebrities, but they're fucking...
It is a lot different this year.
Yeah, like, we had Tom Arnold last year. We had Ming on. And, like, I was talking to some of them at the Pop After. I keep forgetting the fucking name of that. But, and, like, some of them were saying they were super down. And then today they're like, I don't know.
It was their agent last night that went all fucking batshit crazy on it. She... I was standing there, and she went to one of the other ladies that's helping oversee everything, and was like, "What's up with this podcast thing? My guys are saying that they're going to do this, and I don't, And I'm like, "Whoa!"
Oh, so they talked him out of it? Is that
their agent did, because apparently, I don't
Why?
know, because they're not getting paid for it. If you don't have enough getting followers, I don't know.
We don't get paid for it either.
Yeah, we don't either.
Yeah.
We sign autographs all the time.
But
nobody's came over and got one.
We got a whole stack.
I brought a pen just in case.
I'm down. I'm down.
I mean,
I'll even sign with blood, bro.
Yeah.
I'll prick the finger.
Hey, that's cool.
well that's a bummer that
it's whatever, like that's fine. Like if it's all good in the hood.
Yeah, pretty much. Just glad to be here.
Yeah, dude. Like, so.
I mean,
I always love doing these. Like, if you get here in the morning, you're like, fuck, what am I getting out of bed for? But then, like, throughout the day, and besides, like, you get a ton of interesting people as far as, like, the vendors and shit go.
It's like Al Snow over there.
Yeah. He's got the head.
Is he drinking?
I don't know, not yet. That's
that's just how he is.
I mean, y'all can't see this, but we do have an Al Snow impersonation going on over here in the corner.
Thanks to professional and Levi.
Yeah.
Kamakazie Kid.
Well, Ed was a mannequin too.
Yeah. You know that one story that he was telling about when he would take that head everywhere? He would like take it out to eat with him and shit and talk to it.
Who are we talking about?
Al Snow.
Who's that?
A wrestler.
Oh, okay.
He'd always have that mannequin head.
That goes back to like staying in character and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, Al Snow was a character.
Yes, and I found out that Al Snow is still in the business. He takes care. I saw like a documentary and stuff on him, and heard some stuff on the radio. He's running one of the little independent wrestling companies that is still like the last independent company that, that it's affiliated with the WWE, but they're not. And so to hear that Al Snow's still doing that, and it's awesome, to see some of our icons from when we were kids, still doing their thing, still getting out there. Watching The Rock and all them at 52, 53 years old out there getting their asses handed to them and, kicking some ass.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of awesome.
The Rock. Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember?
Wow, dude, why?
Do you like the image of like him now, and then all of a sudden like that one interview with Nate Diaz? I remember after the thing, and he was holding the belt, and he's like, "Fuck, Rock can get it too."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, Mike Tyson should be holding that belt. They're giving it away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, like,
that's the thing. Every time I hear The Rock, it's that. It's like, you know what? Yeah,
fuck
fucking
him.
Diaz had a point, man.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Totally different sports, dude. Or whatever.
Stickers.
What do you guys think of that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson deal?
Ooh. What'd she give you?
It was really crazy that they
I like
changed
it.
the rules. I guess not crazy,
That's
just
awesome.
because,
What do you mean? What?
There was a new rule change.
Here recently?
Well, see, that I guess that's another thing, too, with the fucking internet.
See, that one would go in my car, and my kids would be asking me what it meant.
Right.
I'd be like, don't worry about it. Just quit being one.
Well, because I know it's an exhibition or whatever, but you know.
Yeah.
I think, and this is like a hot take, I think, but I think people don't give Jake Paul enough credit as far as like his skills. Like he's a legit like hard puncher. He's training all the time. He's a good boxer.
Yeah.
It's just I think people get into that mindset. They're thinking about Mike Tyson 20 years ago as opposed to like the dude's in his late 50s.
And he could still knock you out in one punch.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I think with Jake Paul, he's in a lot more danger than people give him credit for. Like, he is a good boxer, dude.
Yeah. If you can make Mike Tyson go through at least the first round, you have a chance to beating him because he could not go the distance. He didn't have the lung capacity. That's why he would strive to knock everybody out so quickly. Yeah. Because he couldn't contain with those people.
Well, that depends on when you're talking about.
Even in his prime, he couldn't.
Yeah, when he was young, that was a known thing. I remember hearing
he couldn't go the distance in a 12-round fight.
But
that's why he knocked you out in 30 seconds.
Well, I mean.
Or bit your ear.
Yeah, that too. Because if anybody that could get him past the first round, they had a chance to beat him because he was winded. He couldn't keep up. He didn't have the cardio.
Yeah, but none of those fights went that long anyway. Like
he had a few of them that did.
That was part of the plan. That was, I know you can take this motherfucker out, and you better get him out before round 3 because you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look past his cardio, and it's like that. His defense at the time, he was so well-rounded as far as like he had the punching power, he had the technique, he had
came under the table.
He had the defense. So, you know, I mean, I guess you can't have everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's still still without that, he was the baddest man on the planet at one point. Right. Damn sure. And you listen to like his podcast or some of the ones he's done for other people, and that dude is so much smarter than.
Oh yeah,
like it's crazy.
Oh yeah, he's a genius.
Then people give him credit for.
Yeah, because you listen to him talk, and if you don't listen to what he's saying, then you're like, you know.
And a lot of people think that his voice is like some kind of something with speech or impediments or whatever. He's from New York.
Yeah,
right.
He's got a New York accent, and his voice is a little bit high. But if you think about when he's talking, and you think about talking to a white New York dude, he's talking exactly like one.
Oh, he is
just with his own little accent.
Yeah. Well, and then he was a true student of the game and like just war in general.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, he would have been at home fucking 3,000 years ago with a battle axe in his hand, fucking putting it in somebody's face. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, so don't get it twisted. He might talk funny, but he'll still fuck you up.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I respect Tyson. I mean, I might talk shit about him, but I respect him. And I played the shit out of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I beat him several times.
Yeah.
Bet you won't do it to his. Bet you won't do it to his face though.
Dude, I beat him one time.
What happens if I up left B-A whatever?
Dude, I beat him one time, and that was only because my buddy brought the Game Genie over. And I had freaking infinite uppercuts, and I just kept uppercutting and uppercutting and uppercutting.
It took me a while to actually finally beat him, but once I figured it out, you know, I was able to do. I think I beat him like a grand total like 3 times, but yeah, no, that was one of the most difficult games I played as a child.
Hard as hell.
You know, whatever happened to them Game Genie things? They must have just
It
straight
died.
banned
I have
them.
one. I have one.
You still have one?
Yeah, I
Does
have
it still
one.
work?
Yep.
Or like the
For
game,
modern consoles?
No, for the old Nintendo. I have the Nintendo and Game Genie and Super Mario Brothers 3.
Nice.
For like earlier PlayStation and shit, they had the Game Shark.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember that
the Game
fucker?
Shark?
Yep.
I never knew how to use those.
Dude,
like,
that's
fully.
weird that I was just gonna
It's like,
say
you know what I
that.
mean? You go in and you do the preset list of shit, but like you could program fucking cheats and whatever, but I never knew how to fucking do
well,
that.
if you didn't have the book, like I got one a long time ago from my buddy and never had a book and was like, well, this thing's fucking useless.
Yeah. You got to have the codes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had...
And there wasn't look it up on my
Yeah,
phone back
we did.
then. I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Yeah, if you didn't have a friend that had the book, you were fucked.
You know, speaking of that, my buddy's mom worked at the library. I think she still does to this day. But the library would have those books with all the cheats
remember
and
that,
shit
yeah.
in there. And
For real?
oh, it was so badass. And
Oh, yeah.
Cindy would like hold
Public
it
libraries
for
had
us.
everything.
And we would, sit down there, write every fucking thing down, go return it.
Yeah.
I got turned on to Nintendo Power because of the public
Ooh.
library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where I learned about Nintendo Power. Is they had copies of it at the public library,
Yep.
and one of them just happened to have the little brochure cards in there to be able to send off for your own subscription. And-
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
parents were doing that unless you're a rich kid.
Touche.
no.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
I got grandma to get me a 1 year
Oh,
subscription one time.
That's
and-
that's
yeah.
different. That's grandma.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
my mom and dad were like,
No,
"No,
you're
we
right.
can't afford that."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Grandma, I really want this."
Yeah, you just go ask grandma. She's
Yeah.
like, I got,
I got
you.
that one from
and
grandma.
then after, like, she'll get you like the trial, and you're like, you're getting them for a couple months, and then it just stops. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, the best was when my dad ordered Sports Illustrated for the first time. I don't remember what it was that he got all free and everything, but yeah, they started sending all the Sports Illustrated, and then the SI for Kids stuff was coming in, and yeah, I think he got it for one thing from the Super Bowl because it was I think one of the, when they did all those promo codes. I had to give him shit because I still say it's to this day it was for the swimsuit edition because that was the greatest thing ever.
Right. Right.
I miss the SI swimsuit
Some
editions.
fucking weird shit
Tyra
happening over
Banks.
here.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just like our show. We just went off the rails.
Yeah.
It happens.
No, not that. I'm talking about the Kamakazie Kid.
Oh,
I climbed under the table earlier
Yeah.
and pulled his leg hair.
I was like, I had to fall looking around.
What are you twisting it? Like, dude, like the.
Odds are evens.
I'm all looking around and I look down. He's just dying laughing.
Dude, that would be funny.
I didn't even
if
see
you were
that.
quick enough and had one of those tiny little rubber bands, be like,
Oh fuck! That's just rude.
Why do I got braided leg
oh,
hairs? What the
it's
fuck?
like that video I saw a long time ago, but I still think about it every now and then. The dude with the big huge hoops in his ears, and I think it's in England somewhere. But somebody's videotaping it. Dude comes in the gas station and just hooks a padlock onto his fucking
Oh,
ear
yeah.
and takes off.
That's so
Like,
fucked
oh,
up.
motherfucker. It's like, that's gotta suck, dude.
You just lock it on there and fucking run away.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, I think I saw that video. That
There's
like-
nothing to see here, folks. He's just.
and to cut that off, dude.
Right, you got to go get
You're
somebody
gonna
to cut it off.
You're gonna be catching sparks on your neck, and
Or they use bolt cutters.
oh
but,
yeah, fair enough.
But still,
I'm thinking.
I don't want bolt cutters near my neck, man. If you slip and grab my jugular with that thing, fuck.
All right, but you're gonna have to try really hard to do that. You know,
right?
Like
I
you
don't know,
gotta-
man. I got some shitty luck for being an Irishman.
Yeah, fair.
If the worst thing's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me.
Well, we
Well,
should
you're
probably
good.
hang out because we'll see. I've been hit by a backhoe, ran over by a car.
Oh yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah, I think you told us that last fucking.
Ouch! How do you get hit by a backhoe?
My boss told me to go down into where the plumbing is.
Yeah.
It was snowing. I had to get all the snow out so the plumbing inspector could come. And he was over in the corner of the foundation digging around with the backhoe, trying to chop at frozen shale.
Yeah.
And forgot I was in there or something. Something told me to turn around. I turned around and bucket was coming at me, and I stuck my leg up, and it shot my femur out of my knee.
Oh,
God
Shot that
damn.
far.
fuck!
Jesus.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Weren't we talking about some shit
that
like
fucking
that
hurt.
the last time we did a pod? Like some people getting hit by cars and shit.
I got ran
Oh,
over
yeah,
at. I got hit
Love
and
the
run
costume, by
outside
the
of the Oil City Brewing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
And they just took off, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Nobody found. Yeah. Still. Yep.
To this day.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want a Ghostbusters photo op, they're doing one right over there on the other side at about 5:30.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
5:30.
Hell
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
Ghostbusters getting together right over here.
Heck.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well,
We'll
so
let
you
people
guys
know.
are. I know some of the Ghostbusters in Albuquerque. Like, so they're little. You know how, like, so you guys are part of that, or?
No, We're out of Colorado. I'm from Estes Park, but Northern Colorado has a big Ghostbusters community. We just had a big get-together for the opening of the Frozen Empire movie.
That was a great movie. No spoilers.
There were probably about 30, 35 Busters there. There were about 5, 6 Ectos out there, including the Renegade Slimer Mobile, which is a green Ecto, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. So we there are different groups. Each town sort of has a group, but then the groups sort of get together in this Northern Colorado Alliance. And don't quote me on any of that, though, because I'm very new to it myself.
Well,
that's
well, sweet, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, I heard like you guys. I don't even.
Yeah, there's a community. We were talking to the other one.
Yeah,
and
they're going to be on here after a bit too.
Yeah, I've actually seen a bunch of different videos from a bunch of different other Ghostbusters things that I follow. There was one video that at the actual Hook and Ladder Company number 8, where they filmed the original Firehouse from. They did a Ghostbusters themed wedding where everybody was there, and in their uniforms and everything, and the bride and groom were getting married by as Ghostbusters. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got one of the movie accurate packs even.
It's close to it. It's this pack. It's pretty close to it. A number of different modifications. I have to give my husband the credit for it. I started as a Ghostbuster. I was working as a ghost tour guide. And one Halloween comes around, it's like, hey, what am I going to wear for Halloween? Hey, what are we all wearing for Halloween? And I thought, what would be hilarious? I thought, come as a Ghostbuster. Because I was in good with a lot of the different ghosts there. And it would just be funny. So I show up as a Ghostbuster, and people absolutely loved it. And then I just started wearing the Ghostbusters getup for doing tours. Then a little later on, I asked my husband, I said, hey, the hose that connects the gun to the pack, it keeps catching on doorknobs. It keeps hitting people in the face that are on the tour. Could we replace the tube? And he says, yeah, sure, we can do that. A few months later, I found he had completely pimped my ride, pimped my pack. And there are a lot of people who do these modifications, and it's like guys working on their cars, guys who fix something up, or they're kind of fixing up their whatever. And Ghostbusters is one of those things, and each different buster that you get in these different clubs has their own style. They'll have their own modifications. My husband's, his pack looks like it's been sitting in the barn for 30 years, and he pulled it out, dusted off the cobwebs. It looks awful. It looks like it's been sitting in the barn for 30 years, and he pulled it out and dusted off and is using it. Mine is a Spirit of Halloween pack that he modified. It's about 80% size of the normal ones, which is fine because I'm not a big person, so it doesn't look undersized on me. If you put a 6'2" guy in this, it looks tiny on him. But you put a big guy, you put a small person in this size pack, works great, which works great for me. He's added.
It looks amazing. Yeah. It looks so good.
I'm going to switch her on here. I'll let you work the microphone. There's a big speaker in the back.
Okay. Where's the speaker?
Words of Dan Aykroyd. Switch it on.
So that's just basic noise. It has music. Okay, I'm going to go to firing.
Okay, that's cool.
If you fire it too long.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that's the same thing it does in the video game.
That's badass.
Oh, and it's smoking.
And it blows steam. I like that. That's awesome.
How cool.
That is awesome.
What's your name?
My name's Elizabeth. Can you smell the marshmallows?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for showing us that.
Yeah. Check out Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast and the Comic Zone Podcast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, shoot.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
We damn near went for a full hour.
That's great.
I know. Well, like we keep talking, and then I'm like, oh fuck, you know, and then it's like, oh shit.
Well, shit. Now you got almost the whole episode, bro.
Yeah, pretty
Hell
much.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I like talking with you guys. I'm telling you, we got to start doing just like collaborating and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because like, if we could build a podcast community and just kind of bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, we can help grow this shit, help get more people doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Right. Our 170 people, your however many, you know what I mean?
170 listeners?
I don't know. It's just throwing shit off the top of my head.
We
got more than
His
that.
4 people plus our 4 people make 8
yeah, right. When we do a live show, our 4 live people, your 4 live people.
Yeah.
You know?
See?
Yeah, dude. No, that's what I mean. Like, it the more that we collaborate and like bounce back and forth, it creates like a little community, and then
For sure.
you know, and then like you said, people listen to your show. Now they listen to this one. Maybe they come over and listen to ours, and then we post the one that we did with you guys a little while ago on ours, and like maybe they come over and listen to yours, and like, it's just good for everybody, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's why we keep doing it. It's not because arrogant and want to sit and listen to my own voice.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. I hate my voice.
Yeah.
I mean, it could sound worse. You could sound like a girl.
It's true. I could sound like you.
I don't sound like a girl. My balls dropped when I was 12.
Well, hey, I tell you what, truly appreciate you guys coming on.
Appreciate.
Once again, you can go ahead and plug away, my man.
Hell yeah. Just go to thecomiczone.com. That's where we got every episode of the podcast. Man, wherever you stream your podcast, Spotify, Audible, anything like that, dude. We do have some stuff on YouTube, but not everything's there. If you really want to hear any of our 150 episodes now, you can, like I said, go to thecomiczone.com. That's comics with an X.
Hell yeah.
Shit, yeah. You're going to lead us out of here?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, hit the beat, DJ.
Push the button.
We appreciate it, dudes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
We appreciate you
We
guys.
appreciate it.
Let's jerk each other off after this.
Pause.
Well, I don't know. I think I might go smoke a cigarette.
I would rather do that. I would rather have my girlfriend jerk me off, thank you.
Shit, yeah. Cheers to another wonderful podcast with the Comics Zone podcast here at the
Wyoming Pop Culture Con.
That's right.
So stay nerdy, motherfuckers.
And keep it black. Yeah.
And we are back.
Yeah.
I felt like we were in the Matrix.
Yeah. Well,
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was.
Or I was sending a fax. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
For facts' sake.
And that's how you got over here. Facts.
Facts.
Stupid. Should we just start that all over again? I'm
Why,
joking.
that's good.
We got the one and only, our good friend, Kamakazie Kid.
Hey-o. I heard myself.
Fancy.
Ooh.
I did that. Is it still? Do I have to push it again to go off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I did that too.
Perfect.
Good job.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, man.
Hey,
This, is this the third time?
I don't know.
Third time on the show?
Maybe. At least third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Since the last time we were on, or you was on the show. I believe it was at the PopCon.
Yeah, I think it was the
Yeah.
PopCon last time, so like 8 months or so. Ding dong, nailed it. That was the nailed it button.
Yeah. Come in.
You guys having fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you guys get Laser's phone number?
Negative.
You know who did? Me.
Hell yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And you guys hung out. At
Yeah.
The Wyoming PopCon After Dark, I think it was.
Yeah, the Pop After Dark thing. So I was just kind of chilling and BSing with him, and told him, I've been watching American Gladiators since I was a kid and had my mohawk spiked. And so he happened to, ask me about my hair and what I used to spike it. And so I gave him, the go-to answer, hey, yeah, you ever seen There's Something About Mary? And he's like, no. And then he goes, oh, he figured out what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And he gave me a little shove, and then we were best friends after that.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
But anyways, so he's like, so what do you use for your hair? And I told him, gotta be glued, because he wanted to try it on his beard, because I guess he gels his beard, and then by the end of the whatever, it's standing up, so.
So you really do glue that?
Yeah.
What kind of glue?
It's got to be glued.
Got to be glued.
It is hair glue, but yeah, it's I can go underwater.
That's the real name, got to be glued?
Yeah, definitely. Like a 12-year-old definitely made it up.
Yeah. Wonderful product, though.
Yeah, it is
Just
amazing.
like you.
If you guys are listening, I'll take a free box. But yeah, it's good stuff. I can literally go underwater and then pop up, and my hair doesn't die immediately. Takes a couple times underwater for it to go limp.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
To give out.
Cold water.
Very cold, yeah. And it might shrink a little, too.
Wah.
Wah. Do we have one of those? I turned it off, Josh.
Thanks. Well, that one's not very long.
Well, yeah, that's what she said.
I know. That's why it's sad trombone.
Man, I ain't never seen anybody drink out of a 2-liter bottle in I don't know how many years.
Yeah, that guy's partying. He didn't come for a good time or a long time, but he came for a good time.
A thunder time.
Dude, every time I look over there, he's eating something different.
Well, look at all the snacks he's got. I would too.
Except for none of it that he's eating is on his table. It's
Oh.
like chicken wings and.
Oh, he doesn't have chicken wings over there? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Just for what? What do you want, Stevie?
Well, speaking of chicken, would you actually have a chicken in your backyard? You know what I mean?
No.
Just as some people can, or
I think my neighbors do, but I wouldn't. I mean, I get why you would, but I'm too lazy to take care of a chicken.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're not. Well, no, not you're lazy, but they're not very hard to take care of. But it would just be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean,
You know what I
get a
mean?
couple eggs out of it every couple days or what? I mean,
Yeah.
I'll just go to the store.
Yeah.
Because by the time you buy feed and all that, it's got to be, you're not really saving that much, I
Yeah.
don't think. I don't know.
I mean, you can butcher them too.
Yeah, well, that's what I would do. I mean,
I think we talked about that on an episode one time.
God, we're chicken killers.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a fucking farm boy, dude.
It's better than being a chicken fucker.
Yeah.
It is. That
No,
it is.
Yeah. Speaking of chicken fuckers.
Here comes. Coming on down.
Yeah. Do you, so what do you got going on? Do you got any upcoming shows or any?
So probably the closest thing I got that's going on, I'm gonna be doing a body burnout at Hogfest, end of July. So that'll be really cool.
Hell yeah.
Where's that located?
It's gonna be in Glen Rock, and I think it's out at their fairgrounds out there.
Sweet.
They set up and everyone camps for the weekend. And I heard a rumor that Easy Rider magazine is gonna be there.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping that when I light myself on fire, I make it in the magazine.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
That'd be dope, man.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's gonna be boobies everywhere?
There will be titties galore, I have a feeling.
Well, hopefully there's some motorcycles too.
Oh, well, duh. There'll be titties and motorcycles everywhere, as far as the eye can see. And fire. Yeah, that's right.
So please come on down.
Come on down to Hogfest.
What if that guy was sort of flipping out because she's taking pictures of us?
He's like, what?
Yeah.
No. My stuff.
There was this one time. I mean, we were pretty hammered, but like, someone came over to the booth. This was at the tattoo convention years ago, and someone took a picture of one of Jake's. It was a rad sign. It had like a cow and stuff on it, but someone like took a picture. Well, Jake wasn't there. I was. Well, I did not comment on it, but this one lady's like, "Hey, you can't be taking pictures of other people's artwork." And I was like, I'm not the guy, but I'm sure he seriously does not fucking care.
Right, yeah, like he wouldn't put it there. If there was a problem, he'd put like a sign out, but yeah.
I should do that. Maybe we should do that
No
tomorrow.
flash photography.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to ruin these this fine print.
That's a good idea. We should make a nice big sign that sits right there.
And then I'm just gonna bring my strobe light, and then every time when you tell someone, I'm just gonna turn on my strobe light.
Yeah.
Like I'm not taking a picture, bro.
Yeah.
It's
It almost
different.
looks like there's a. Oh no, it's not a plug-in. We could like put it over there. Too bad it doesn't. Does it have a remote control?
I don't think so.
Oh shit!
Got some wedding cake. See?
Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be yummy, I bet. I don't know who got married, but
yeah.
So what are you guys doing here?
Whatever we want.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys aren't selling Twinkies?
No.
Oh.
Got rid of a couple pieces.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Which ones? Was it the nude one?
No.
The self-portrait nude?
Yeah, that one's still here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna buy
can't
it.
see
Can
it,
I get dibs on that? I'll put a $20 deposit down.
It was the Wet Bandits.
Oh, nice.
That one.
Nice.
And son of a gun.
Dexter?
Thank you.
The
Dexter.
serial killer dude?
No, the cartoon.
No, the cartoon.
Oh, cool.
Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory
Yep.
guy. Nice.
Yep.
Dude, I want that freaking Razor Ramon one.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet.
It is.
I was gonna keep it for myself, but being that the booth is, well, predominantly pro wrestling. 80s pro wrestling. We got the Razor. We got the Macho Man.
Got the collage.
Yeah. Oh shit. Maybe I guess I don't have a bunch in the background.
We could say that Benjamin Franklin was a pro wrestler. He probably that's like young Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges.
The Monopoly guy who had a really big mustache in wrestling.
The Three Stooges are DX.
Yeah, definitely.
That didn't the Sheik? Not the
Oh
Sheik.
yeah, dude, the
The
Sheik.
Sheik had
Yep, the Sheik.
a big mustache.
Yep, that's so we got the Sheik over here. Who's Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, who is Pee Wee Herman?
Nobody.
The guy that.
What about Val Venus? The one that always was the porn star and always wanted to show people the big
Yeah.
Valboski.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
could be Pee Wee.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Like, looking back at that shit now, it's like.
Dude, I can't believe I watched that shit when I was a kid now. I'm like, oh my God.
Right?
Good thing I didn't get the innuendos at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever watched Married with Children back? Did you ever watch
Oh,
that
yeah.
when you were a kid?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I'm like, I cannot believe I watched this all the time.
I
Dude,
love it
it's-
still.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
no,
believe
it's
it.
awesome. But I would freak out if my kid was watching that. And I was about the same age as she is watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh, God.
We're sitting there eating dinner, watching fucking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, eating dinner while your dad smokes his cigarette and watch Married with Children, the good old days.
Yep. Smoked tater tot hot dish.
Fucking yeah, everything was smoked back then. Different
Marlboro.
kind. Yeah, Marlboro.
And Cools.
Marlboro flavored. So there's some cool shit here this time. I did a little loop. I didn't do a big old loop yet, but there's some cool. I like this guy has a vintage Star Wars Darth Vader interceptor ship over there, sealed. For like $450, dude.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
sick.
see it. Is it on like that?
Yeah,
where all
that
them
back
other-
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I had to move something. I was like, dude, I got to see this. Yeah, straight out of the 70s, sealed and everything. I was like, damn.
That's cool.
But I couldn't do it, dude. If I bought it, I'd want to take it out and look at
of
it
course.
and play with it. Like, I would ruin it. Can I help you, old lady?
It's quite a conversation I'm butting in on.
No.
Take them out and play with them, huh? I don't know. You people are freaks.
Oh, Kamakazie.
Yeah.
Nothing's safe around her.
Yeah. I'm glad she came today.
I bet you I won't be able to convince her tomorrow to come up. She's
Yeah.
like, it was so, no. No thanks.
Yeah. Well, she did. She touched Laser's butt.
She did, so she got hers.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need to come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I slapped that ass and I'm moving on, bud.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Did you guys go talk to any of the celebrities or anything? Anyone you guys want to see or?
No.
I haven't.
You haven't gone to look?
No.
Oh.
Haven't went over there yet.
Well, you guys need to go meander before they all split. Like Sean, the dude from Mighty Ducks that played Goldberg.
Yeah.
He was pretty nice. I bullshitted with him for a minute. And there's another dude from Mighty Ducks. I don't know his name, but
Yeah.
there's some cool people over there. The Martin Kleba, the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, the little person.
Mm-hmm.
He's really cool. He's a nice fella.
Yeah, I seen him bebopping around over there.
And then me and Laser, we had our leather jackets on. So we're leather jacket twins.
Did you get a picture?
I absolutely got a picture with
Yeah.
Laser and our coats on. I have my Evil Knievel jacket, and he has his American Gladiators because we're
Nice.
American as fuck.
Yeah.
And then Chris Wildcat Harris, pro wrestler from TNA, he came over and was at my booth watching my video of me my stunts, so that was pretty awesome.
I seen that, and then I seen him kind of eyeballing over here, and then we were in the middle of with the Comic Zone podcast. Shout out to them guys for coming on. But I was like, oh no, don't, no,
Don't. Yeah, so that was really cool. He said he's got a guy, he's like trains wrestlers now. So he's got like an up and coming guy that's trying to do like the Daredevil type gimmick, like do crazy stuff in the ring. And he actually said that Chris Harris said it was like, yeah, maybe I'll like get a picture of you to show him and we can kind of model his character after like a real Daredevil. I'm like, dude, that like
Hell yeah.
made my whole
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
You know, that's badass.
Shit, yeah.
So if there's a up and coming Mohawked wrestler, we know where they got the idea.
Yeah, and you better get credit for it. Too.
Yeah, I'll need
That's
at
all
least
I've gotta say.
$6 for that great idea that I had.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the original fire breather.
And then, dude, there's one of the guys that's from Shaun of the Dead over there, one of the zombies. He's a big fella. But, yeah, he's got a really cool story he told me about, like, he got injured while they were filming or, like, not like hurt, but, like, you know, he got dinged in the head, it sounds like. Yeah, he's really cool. He's a British fella.
Hell yeah.
He's, like, I think, like, one of the main pictures that you see, like, if you look up Shaun of the Dead, it's, like, him as a zombie.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, there's cool people this year, for sure. Everyone's really nice so far.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, we still got a few hours.
And we're up at the old Spirit Halloween.
Is that what that?
No, it was Macy's, but then Spirit came up here, so I called it the old Spirit now.
Oh. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where Spirit was, or maybe they were at Sears. I don't know, but.
I got to give a quick little shout out to Maisie. She's been playing volleyball all day. They got second in gold bracket.
Nice. Congrats.
The Ghost Elite.
Woo woo.
Good old volleyballs.
My Kaysen had a basketball game this morning, and we thought they were going to get creamed. Like, they're playing against DC, and if anyone, like, you got kids at YMCA, he's the coordinator of, like, the sports department there, and he's the coach of the opposing team. So we were all like, ooh, this might not go so well. And by the end of the first quarter, it was like 2-10. And we're like, oh, well, this ain't going to go great. But, dude, it was like by the end of it, it was more exciting than the NBA to me because I'm like, that's my kid out there, you know? And they ended up coming back. And, I mean, they lost still, but it was 24-30. And so, I mean, dude, they only scored 8 points last week, and they scored 24 this week. So, massive improvement.
Heck yeah.
Like, way better than I ever did at kids' sports, for sure.
Yeah.
I was on, like, the D team.
The D team?
Yeah, we had a lot of kids.
The delinquent?
No, the dumbass.
The don't play.
It's like worse than bench.
Worse than bench?
Yeah. You have to like rub the kids on the bench's feet. That's your job.
What sports did you play when you were?
I did football, and then I played a little basketball like in elementary, but it was more football until like junior high. Yeah, and then I broke my arm in 9th grade.
Oh, shit.
Like right before football. So they're like, you could be the manager if you want. And I did not want to be the manager, so.
Dude, you could have wore a headset, man.
No, I could have held a clipboard. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm good. I had this stupid cast on up to like halfway up my bicep because I broke both bones. So if like you could move your elbow, you could move them so they wouldn't heal. Dude, it was miserable. I had a cast on for like 2.5 months.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, after that I stopped. Like I didn't play football anymore because I was like, well, I missed 9th grade, and then I started doing other stuff other than that. So.
Yeah, I think that's almost like I don't even know what the word for it is, I guess. I drew a fucking blank. Dude.
A common
almost
happenstance?
Yeah, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, Jeremy and Michael Steal Your Podcast. The time I was on there, I was a little bummed that they didn't get into the whole like spiel, like, you know, talking with me and stuff, and we were talking about the sports stuff, you know, and I was like, yeah, you know, I just pretty much quit, you know, it was just the same, you know, chasing girls, fucking drinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you find other shit to fill in. Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and listen to you make me run.
Yeah. Go run 7 more laps. No thanks.
Yeah. You know I got a condition, sir.
Like, you know I'm way too cool for that. Yeah. I'm a teenager.
Yeah. I know everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just always get to that point. And, like, I totally wish I wouldn't have, but, I mean, you know, maybe I wouldn't be a daredevil now. So who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shit happens for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. So my whole thing is, my kid's still having fun. She loves it. So, you know, whatever you got to do to support that, you know?
For sure, man.
As long as they like what they're doing and, you know, they're not being forced into it, then more power to them.
Yeah, yep.
And I think it's good to do it at, like, my kid's in 2nd grade, so I think it's good to start them young at a team sport like that. And
oh, yeah.
She's going to do T-ball again this year, too, I guess. So,
nice.
Yeah. She's a little sporty.
Heck
Sporty-kazie.
Heck yeah. That's bad to the bone.
I got her up riding her bike without her training wheels the other day.
Nice.
The little next door neighbor kid showed up, and he's like a year younger, and he didn't have his training wheels on. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I'm like, you want to take them off? And she's like, yes. And so we were out there for the next hour trying to get her to stay up, you know, and she can ride.
Nice.
It took about 2 hours. I mean, she could ride with training wheels, so it wasn't that much of a transition, but she's still a little scared about turning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I freaked her out because I told her, I said, dude, you're going to wreck. Like, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Like, no one gets on a bike and doesn't wreck it. So she's, like, waiting for when she does crash now.
The anticipation.
Yeah. But, you know, who knows? Maybe she'll be lucky like Dad and get paid to crash stuff.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah. She definitely wants to be some kind of performer.
Did you ever, in a million years, think that you would be doing what you're doing now?
No. Like, I was pretty sure I was going to be like a pro wrestler or like a monster truck driver.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure you were going to be a pro wrestler.
Dude, I still watch it as much as I did when I was a kid, too. Like, if there was a pro wrestling school in Casper, Wyoming, I'd probably be a pro wrestler by now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if I remember correctly, did you or did you not referee midget wrestling one year?
Yeah, I definitely did that. I got to slam a midget. Like, I had a spot with him. So, like, the one guy's pinning him, and they kick out, and I catch him, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with him, so I throw him back on the other guy, like he slams on him. Then the guy that that gets slammed on top of comes up and he tells me, next time that happens, you throw him out of the ring, not just throw the guy on top of me. And I'm like, okay. So the next time it happens, it was that guy who told me that got thrown into my arms. So I stood up and I walked him over to the ropes like I was going to throw him out of the ring. And he was hanging onto the ropes and I couldn't get him to go out. So I walked him back over to the other side and trying to toss him out that side. And he started hanging onto the ropes again. So I just took him back to the middle and like shrugged and threw him up in the air and he landed on his stomach. It was a great time. Yeah, so I've thrown a midget and all kinds of stuff.
That is.
But yeah, and then I got slammed on the ring they had out at Alcova a couple years ago for Rhymesick Fest. And dude, it was the hardest freaking ring, like straight 2x6s and with like a sheet over it.
Jeez.
And like me and my buddies are out there and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to do a bump, and I like do a back bump, land on my back, and it took the wind out of me, but I didn't want to act like it hurt. Because I wanted my buddies to do it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to act like it hurt too much because I want them to do it. So I didn't say anything, and my buddy slammed, and he's like, oh, and I said, yeah, dude. I was like, that's a ring right there. It was an old NWA ring.
Jeez.
So, I mean, those dudes did not play. It was like falling down on a stage, dude. I mean, it was not soft.
That's crazy.
I really wish they would bring.
I don't think I can hear you in here. All right.
We are running out of juice.
We're running out of juice. Not juice. Juice.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
I wish we had some orange juice.
I don't know if I can hear in this thing.
You should be able to.
Oh, now I can.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I can hear.
All right. Well, I apologize. We have to cut this short, man. But it's always a pleasure.
Hell yeah.
As ever.
Yeah, dude, I always love coming on here. We'll have to do like a live one on Facebook again one of these days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
we were just talking with being that it's summertime.
Oh, yeah, we can go back to the garage studio.
Yep. And do cartwheels.
Instead of that bougie basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garage is way more my style.
Yeah.
I'll be cartwheeling up a storm.
Well, shit, chat, man. Josh, do you want to lead us out of here?
Sure.
Now is the time to give them plugs, my man.
I want to go to Hawaii, yay!
Shit, chat. Thank you once again, Kamakazie Kid. You can follow him on all those wonderful social media platforms. We're running out of battery. I think we just left it running too long when we weren't actually using it. Hey.
I got plenty more batteries. I just got to switch them out.
We got to switch them out. Well, we might be back today. We might be back tomorrow. Either or. We truly appreciate you. Coming live from the Wyoming Pop Culture Con.
Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Oh, man, we are back. This is day 2 of the Wyoming Pop Culture Con here at the Eastridge Mall. We have another podcast that's on. Missing a couple people. Is that correct?
That's right. We have a couple hosts, and yeah, they couldn't make it out. we got invited like 4 weeks ago.
Oh, I gotcha.
So yeah, it was a scramble to try to get. We figured like, let's at least get me out here, and then next year hopefully we'll plan better and everything. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. Sorry.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Brad. I'm with the Real Nerds podcast, a movie podcast from Denver that's been seeing a new movie every week for the past 12 years.
Sweet.
Oh, heck yeah. So, how did this all come about, I guess?
Before that, my friend Ryan and I were, one of the other co-hosts we were doing this podcast about just what we were doing in our daily lives. I do videography and pretty short films, so it was like mostly about that. But then when that kind of ran out, we devolved into just talking about movies just in general. And he's so good at it, I was like, we should just only do a movie podcast. Yeah. And so, but part of it was like, I know how these things go, especially back then when it was very new. Mm-hmm. I was like, we have to do it consistently, or else in like 5 weeks we're gonna get lazy and stop doing it. So the rule is we have to do the podcast every single week.
Yeah.
So, and it's worked out.
Sweet.
And how long is your podcast been going?
12 years.
Jeez.
It's 2011. Is that 12 years? It's 2014. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. We've got
He's the vet at this.
I feel like I should be further along, but like podcasting has grown like in general so much in those amount of time, and I feel like there was one point where we were at the top of the class, and now we're kind of like catching up to like, I'm looking at your board right now, just like, look how advanced that thing is. It's got
this sucker's actually old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I got it a couple years ago, and it was a few months after I bought it, then they came out with the Rodecaster 2. So I'm like, oh shit.
What's the difference?
Just different process, a lot more
buttons.
Yeah. More features.
More features. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. So what do you run? As far as like your soundboard stuff?
Lately, because in the past 12 years, like when we started, everyone we'd see the movie and then immediately come back to Ryan's place, and we'd at that time it was just a laptop with like 3 mics connected through like 3 splitters, like 3 headphone jacks, and like no headphones. And early on, but then he moved to Idaho Springs in Colorado, basically from city to the mountains, and and then during the pandemic, obviously he couldn't drive down anymore, so we switched to Zoom, and as I expected, it saves him gas. So it's like, let's just do it on Zoom all the time. So that's pretty much how we do it now. It's just like Zoomcast. Yeah.
So when do you put out your new episodes, I guess?
It's supposed to be every week, but I'm busy, and the time it takes for him to see the movie versus me to see the movie, it kind of fluctuates. So, like we try to see it Saturday, Sunday, but he's a police officer, so it's in flux. So, like some weeks I'll edit both episodes, like last week's and the new one together, and then post them in the same week.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
you get like 2 bangs for the buck. I
yeah,
guess.
but only because I fell behind. But it's supposed to be like every week. So, but yeah, a lot of like recordings don't. A movie we signed ourselves on Friday. We don't get to record until next Thursday, and then we're supposed to have the next one out by Friday, but I have to finish work and everything. It's just like it. Every time I get ahead, the next week suddenly is like 2 weeks behind, and so I feel bad about it being inconsistent lately. But it's just
it's
after
life.
12 years, it's tougher. Yeah.
Especially having to type everything up, and then
and it's a bummer too, because like you want to get, since we see the newest movie that comes out that week, you want to have it ready for people who haven't seen it but want to see it like the next weekend, based on word of mouth, but it's not ready, and it's kind of a bummer. But again, it's either do it perfectly and burn out, or just do what you can and keep it going.
Yep.
So
well, that is pretty sweet. That's a long time.
Yeah.
12 years. I think I'm at like 7 or 8, I think.
7, 8 years?
Yeah.
I'm at like 2.
Just with this podcast, or did you have ones before?
Well, actually I did. I had a podcast that was called In the Basement. Me and a buddy, he would just come over. We'd be sitting in the basement, obviously, and just drinking beers, you know, bullshit and whatnot. And then we quit doing that. That was weird.
Yeah, like the entire con just went out.
Yeah. We are in the Matrix.
They're finally cutting the Macy's power supply.
But yeah, and then I started one that was Big Guns, Little Peckers with a buddy of mine, and fortunately he ended up passing away later on.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, we just went with the 3-wheel bicycle thing, and it first started with every Thursday on Facebook Live, we would get these nasty shots. So imagine the one time we did vodka in hot dogs. It was disgusting. And
so you like put a hot dog in a blender and then mix that into, or it was like just a solid hot dog?
If I remember correctly, I think we like cut it up and then we just soaked it in the vodka, or like overnight or something. But it was the next day at work fucking sucked, dude. So like, you know, I mean, it was kind of fun because at that point in time, a lot of people were interacting with the live because they were like, "Oh my God, is he gonna pew?" Fucking, you know. But I don't know. And then, you know, it just kind of went to, "What's up, man?" It just kind of went to. I don't really want to at some point in time, if the kids or something say like, "Oh, my dad's got a podcast or whatever." Oh, you're talking about that fucking drunk that's on Facebook Live all day. You know what I mean? And then it's like, let's gear it towards like, you know, promoting local stuff. You know, just anything impossible or anything. You know, I mean, I've talked to quite a few like different podcasts over like the United States and stuff. I mean, podcasting's fucking cool, man. I don't care what anybody says.
You know, I love how it democratizes the, like, you know, you used to have to go to somebody to get a show,
right?
Like get their approval, and like podcasting allows you to just be your own producer and mostly do what you want. Yeah. So it's a great way to like keep people on the same playing field. For this stuff.
Connected in a sense, I guess.
Yeah. And that's like on our podcast, we've, you know, at Fan Expo, we've been able to get a couple like prominent guests, but like I always thought it was better to highlight the people in like the local Denver film scene, because like a lot of people make short films and things, you know, and they don't get that national attention. So yeah, like a lot of our interviews on our website are just like local filmmakers and stuff like that.
Oh, that's pretty rad, man.
Yeah.
What platforms are you on?
There's so many. I can't keep track
You're
anymore.
probably on Spotify.
We're on Spotify,
Okay, cool.
for sure. Definitely Apple Podcasts. For the longest time, a lot of I use Stitcher to aggregate all my podcasts. So that's where like I got lazy and just like my mind just like, oh yeah, just go to Stitcher and you'll catch it. So I lost track of it. But like, yeah, Google Podcasts is also defunct. So I think they renamed themselves, but like the app doesn't work. So I'm like, are we on there or did they move it?
Right.
But yeah, we got some of our episodes on YouTube as well. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, I think we're on. I don't remember. I might have just submitted like put us on, and I don't know if they ever got back. Like after all these years, like there's a point where like I don't care like how big we get. So like I stopped paying attention to where things are, but definitely Apple Podcasts. YouTube for sure. Spotify is the thing where it's like I don't know how many episodes they're actually pulling from the feed. Because on Apple Podcasts, I think it's like the first or the most recent 300. So, and we've got 627.
Ooh, nice.
So if someone wants to listen to our old episodes, I think the only way is through our own website, reelnerspodcast.com.
Shit, yeah, that's pretty cool. So you had said something about like you are in short films, or you?
I make them.
Okay, cool.
I've been. We actually our podcast. We made a web series early on when we started called the Real Nerds Pod Show.
Oh, okay.
So we did 6 episodes of these, you know, us as fictional podcasters, fictional accounts of us as podcasters doing like movie-related homages and things.
Nice.
So that's on YouTube. You can watch that for free. Or we actually have a Blu-ray of it over on the table that has like all the behind the scenes and commentary and like outtakes and things. But yeah, other than that, like there's usually there's a 48-hour film festival or project every year, so I compete in that.
Oh, very cool.
Won a couple awards over the years.
Sick, dude.
Done it like 14 times in a row. It's tough. But yeah, that's... Oh, and actually also made a short film called Jean-Claude Van Damme's Damn Van.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Actually 10 years ago, funnyordie.com had a contest where they gave you green screen footage of Jean-Claude Van Damme doing like generic action stuff. So there's like, for the contest, so it's not like pulled from other movies. It's just like specifically for this, where he says like they gave you like 10 cliched lines, 10 clips of him shooting guns, 10 clips of him shooting or just like doing martial arts kicks. And they gave that to everybody, and then you had to like assemble it into your own thing, like 2-minute short thing, and you could win some like prizes like his filmography on DVD or like an iPad, I think one of the prizes was. But we found out about it like the week before it was due.
Oh, man.
So we were like, that's a bummer, but like I've already got most of his movies and I don't need an iPad. So I'm like, let's just take the footage like and just make our own thing. And so like for the next year, we made like a 35-minute short film that's like a action comedy that homages his filmography. And it was supposed to be like this dumb little small thing between me and a couple of my other film friends. And then other people found out about it, and they're like, "Oh, like, can I do this? And like, can I contribute this?" And at one point, like, someone's like, "Oh, I know a couple of people who have like motorcycles. Can we do like a motorcycle stunt thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, bring them to the shoot. I'll make up something. We'll make it work." That's awesome. And so yeah, like at the end of the year, we showed it and screened it, and it was a trip. It was a lot of fun. And you can watch that for free online. So
where can you watch that at?
YouTube.
Gotcha.
Just type in Jean-Claude Van Damme's Damn Van or JCVD DV. It'll probably come up.
Yeah. I'm definitely checking that shit out later.
And I think the website still works, jcvddv.com. Yeah, just the acronym of that name. So, yeah.
Right.
I guess what I got to use this word. What was your funnest project?
Funnest project? Well, I think that one. Because, like, I like the 48-hour films, but, you know, you only get Friday, Saturday, Sunday to make them. And so, it's exhausting and challenging. Like, they are fun, but not so much fun on Sunday when you're like, are we going to make the deadline or not? But, yeah, Van Damme was definitely the most fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because met all these new people, and we got to, like, you know, it was something I thought we were going to make and, like, put online, and then no one would watch it. And suddenly, like, we had all these film community people come together and, like, add to it and extend it. Like, they're, you know, someone would be like, oh, I want to be a part of it. And I was like, okay, I'll write a role for you. And, yeah, we had, like, a friend of mine making an awesome score for it. And then eventually, like, a sound designer was like, oh, this project's awesome. Like, I got to be part of this. And so he, like, when he started it, I was like, oh, I'm going to put the sound effects in and master the audio and everything. And, like, he took care of it and made it so much more pro than I would have. And so it's like,
That's cool.
It's even better. Yeah.
What is your favorite Van Damme movie?
Ooh, good question. And there's a lot of them and also not a lot of them. Definitely, I think Bloodsport is at the top.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually working on, so the Esquire Theater in Denver is closing soon. I know you guys have no frame of reference for that. But I want to do like a farewell screening. And so I'm trying to think of like, I want to show Jean-Claude Van Damme's Damn Van again, but like, what should I pair it with? And my first choice was UHF with Weird Al, because that's a movie about a, media overlord trying to shut down a local TV station. But I was like, well, maybe it should be, if it's a Van Damme movie, I'm showing it to like a professional Van Damme movie should go with it. So Bloodsport was my first choice. But also like Street Fighter. I know people hate it, but Raul Julia is dying of cancer in that movie, and he's just like selling it harder than anyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think his Van Damme's character in that, there is nobody else that could play Fucking Guile.
Colonel Guile.
You know what I mean?
In '93, in '94, I think. Yeah, like who else? Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah,
Jackie Chan.
It fits.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, sudden death is fun. I took my movie takes a lot of cues because the premise is that the mayor is trying to demolish the hockey stadium. So sudden death is a big reference point. Yeah. What are your guys' favorite Van Damme movies?
Well, it's funny that we're on this topic because I quoted one of them last night when we were at the Bayou. My favorite one is Lionheart.
Ooh, yeah.
We were sitting right next to the change machine, and like the people kept coming up, and then like I was like, "Hey, you want to use my phone, man?" Remember that scene in the movie?
Yeah,
but he didn't. I don't think it clicked with him.
Yeah, like that's definitely not one of like best known ones because it's like it's very close to like Kickboxer and release and stuff. So I kind of that and Bloodsport, like they all kind of like merge together.
Right.
Yeah, that's fun. What's yours?
Kickboxer.
Kickboxer.
Ooh,
yeah.
I forgot about that.
Did you like the remakes?
No.
Yeah.
No, not so much. I just remember watching that when I was younger, and he's kicking the freaking wood, and he's bleeding. I was just like, man, this shit is hardcore. Yeah, I really liked that movie. That was the shit.
Yeah, Kickboxer obviously has the famous like Van Damme dance scene.
Right.
That's like memed to death. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's definitely up there.
Well, I was trying to think you had said the sudden death one. Is that when he has those arrows and he's got the long hair?
No,
and
it's
the
Hard
trench coat?
Target.
Okay.
Hard Target.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the John Woo one. Yeah, that's up there too. Yeah, sudden death is like I think it was like the last thing before he really fell into like straight to DVD mode.
Right.
But yeah, like Powers Booth is the villain who it's basically Die Hard in a hockey stadium.
That's right.
So yeah.
What about that one with Rodman?
Well, that's Double Team. Yeah. I think that was about the same time or like after. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while, but yeah, that's fun. Like that whole '90s like Street Fighter on is just like insane. Yeah, his like late '80s to early '90s is definitely like I think his best stuff. Like probably ends with Hard Target,
Right.
And then after that is just like kind of like okay, it's he's definitely like just a lot of. Because I guess the story is at that point, because he was paid an absurd amount of money for like to be Guile in Street Fighter. I think he thought he was like the #1 star in the world at that time. So he thought he should get like Jim Carrey money.
Right.
And he was also doing a ton of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. From what I hear, I probably shouldn't say like that's a fact, but that's the story.
Allegations.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
That is fucking pretty funny. Allegedly. Yeah, no, I think the last time I seen Van Damme, not personally or, face to face ever.
Yeah.
But doing those chip commercials.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I saw was a Volvo commercial. What's the chip one?
It was like what the hell are those? They're like the corn chips, the toss.
The Takis?
No.
Tostitos?
Yeah. The ones that you dip with the sauce.
Oh.
Tostinos, yeah, I think.
Tostito?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either or, yeah. It was one of those where like everybody's at this party and then he's got like chips and everybody. Yeah,
I'll have to look
it
it up.
was cheesy.
I've seen I know what you're talking about.
And we did the pre-show for Van Damme's Damn Van. I like had to YouTube a bunch of clips of commercials he's done. So he's got like these Japanese commercials for like a lozenge called Black and yeah, like I used the Volvo one where he's like on the trucks and he does the splits.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't remember the chip one. I'll have to check it out.
Good old chips. What's your favorite chip, man?
Doritos, but I can't eat them anymore because the MSG in them gives me a headache.
Damn.
But yeah, they're so like Nacho and Cool Ranch. Like when they just released Late Night Cheeseburger, and I was like, okay, I'll take a headache to try them. I'll suck it up. But yeah, I'm like I've tried all the new flavors, but I'm like just Cool Ranch and Nacho is unbeatable.
I'd have to agree.
I can just eat a whole bag in a sitting and just be like, what have I done?
Yeah. I kind of dig the Funyuns.
Funyuns for you?
Yeah.
You?
I used to like Funyuns a lot, but it seems like they don't have as much flavor as they used to.
Interesting.
But
They've they Frankensteined it to some other food recently. I think it was an ice cream. I wanted to try that. It sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Like Funyuns. What I can't remember what it was. Something they combined it, but yeah, that's the food industry. That's all they do nowadays. Is like this flavor plus this flavor, because they own all the products now, and so it's like, what else? We can't just make a new product. So let's combine our existing ones.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out.
I'm an Old Dutch guy.
What's Old Dutch?
Their chips up around like Wisconsin and Minnesota and
like a
South Dakota.
I never had them.
Yeah, they're good. They have like a windmill, old school like Dutch windmill on the front.
But what's the
they have
flavor?
My favorite one is the garlic and onion. And they have normal chip flavors, sour cream and onion and salt and vinegar and all that.
But there's just something about them that's different than everything else.
It's
like
have
a
lots
kettle?
They have lots of
kettle
flavoring.
chip.
Well, they have kettle chips and they have regular ones too, but they just know how to make a chip taste good, man.
Is their flavoring like really dusty, like a thick dust?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. So you definitely have like, okay. Got a picture up for me.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good.
Pretty
Sounds like I have to go to Wisconsin or Minnesota to try
Every
them.
time I ever go, I come back with like 3 bags in the car.
Yeah. There was, it was really funny. Well, it was a couple years ago when I was, when it was still the Casper Horseheads baseball team here. There was the guy that was doing the broadcasting. He's like, well, we got to go to South Dakota, da-da-da-da-da. And he asked me the same question, what was your favorite chip? And, I told him, sure as shit, the next time when he came, hey, man, I was at the gas station. I seen these. I'm like, dude. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the way up here, when I stopped at a convenience store, I made a point to see what's unique to Wyoming, and that's the thing I'll get, because I don't want to just. People who travel and go to franchise stuff when they go I'm going on vacation. I'm gonna go let's go eat at Chili's. I'm like, dude, go shop or expose yourself to something local.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the best way to go.
I really like how that conversation just went into the question that I was going to ask you. Is this your first time in Wyoming?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I don't come here a lot, but my first time was when I was little. My parents took me up to Cody, Wyoming. We did a whole summer thing where we saw the Devil's Tower and Yellowstone and all that stuff.
Heck yeah.
But at one point we stopped at Cody, and there's I think it's the All-American Drive-In up there. That's what it's called. Just the American Drive-In. And we saw Back to the Future 3 there. And we had a Volkswagen van with the pop-up. So as kids, we sat in the top part and watched the movie up there.
That's awesome.
And that always stuck with me. And then 2019, when Avengers Endgame came out, I was like, I'm going to drive up to Cody and I'm going to watch that movie there.
Dude, way cool.
Because I'm a 38-year-old man. And I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah. Friday hit, and I was like, bye, everybody. And I just drove straight up there. I think it's an 8-hour drive or something.
Yeah.
Got there right before the gates open, watched the movie, and drove right back.
Holy moly, dude.
Didn't stay anywhere. Just watched a 3-hour movie, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was weird, though, because I hadn't seen the drive-in since I was a kid. So I was in my head, it seemed enormous.
Right.
And then I got there, I was like, how do we fit that van in here?
Yeah.
Right. But so that was the last time I was there. It was the last time I was in Wyoming was 4 years ago. Yeah.
I gotcha. Heck yeah.
Cool.
Have you seen one of those jackalopes yet?
No, America's Funniest Home Videos funniest people back in the day, the jackalope. I've seen a jackalope as a joke, but are there real ones?
Shit,
yeah. I forget that it's a joke.
Yeah.
I was like, have I seen a jackalope?
Yeah.
I want to see a jackalope. And I'm like, of course there's no jackalope.
Josh has got a really funny story about this. What was it? The deer turning into elk or whatever?
Oh, yeah. I work with a guy. He used to run a furniture place or whatever, and it was in Fort Collins. And he had some people from Texas or something come up there and was talking about hunting or something, and the lady asked him straight up, was like, "So what elevation do the deer turn into elk?" And my buddy's kind of just an asshole. He's like, like 7,400. Just left it at that. It's like, yeah. She's gonna walk around and tell people.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that deer turn into elk at like 7,400 feet?
She's gonna hike a 14er and be like, "Oh, we're 7,400 feet."
Well, that was just kind of like that conversation. I don't remember if we were recording, but the whole cat box thing,
right,
in the schools,
right?
Yeah, dude.
Cat box in the schools.
Well, so, there was like this rumor, I guess, that there were cat boxes in the schools because the kids would, go to the bathroom in them. But
yeah,
okay.
My buddy told me that and it's like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that, man. I got a kid. One's in high school, one's in middle school, and one's in elementary school, and none of them have said, Why is there a cat box in the bathroom, Dad?
Right.
Yeah, like, what a weird rumor to make up.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Well, shoot. I think we're
yeah.
Should we wrap her up?
Sure.
Should we wrap her up? Brad, we truly appreciate you hopping on.
Thanks for having me on.
I guess I'll ask you after we get done recording. But yeah, go ahead and plug away, man.
Yeah, if you want to listen to Real Nerds Podcast, you can go to reelnerdspodcast.com. We have hundreds of episodes up there. We have our web series, like I mentioned before, interviews with filmmakers, indie filmmakers, national filmmakers, Hollywood people. There's a story I was gonna tell, but like it was on Van Damme and it totally like disappeared. The conversation veered away as I was like, I forgot it and I remember it. I had a chance, like I was this close to meeting him one time.
Really?
Because media people think we're like a big media outlet. So we'll get emails inviting us to like different media things where we can meet filmmakers and stuff, but we can't fly to LA all the time. So they largely go ignored. But like one of them came through that Van Damme was doing like a press tour thing. And they're like, would you like to come out? Oh, it's Jean-Claude Van Johnson, his Amazon series that came out, which is a lot of fun. You should check it out. Yeah. He's actually done a couple of things recently that are really awesome. But anyway, I was like, I got to do this. Like, and hopefully I can get out there and tell him about the movie we made. So I flew out there. I went to this hotel, and you go through all this like security stuff, and got out there, got checked in, and then he was like, I wasn't in a tier high enough to like get his interview, but he was in like one of the rooms nearby, and I was like, oh man, I'm so close. But I got to interview the director and the writer of the show. So that was really cool. But anyway, but back to the socials, reelnerdspodcast.com, YouTube, we're on Apple Podcast, just Spotify, just I think any podcast aggregator, if you search, we'll probably come up. And actually, if you just Google us, at this point, we're pretty much like the top 10 stuff if you type in Real Nerds. So
yeah, man. Well, we truly appreciate you being on the show. Really
For
rad
sure.
that you cruised down all the way from Denver.
Yeah,
to be part of the con.
We've mostly done cons only in Denver, and I kind of want to get out there and see what everyone else's cons are like. So this has been a fun experience, and I'm glad the Wyoming PopCon. I'd like to thank Wyoming PopCon for inviting us to come out here and meet you guys.
Heck yeah.
Shit, yeah, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. There we go.
Hey, this is Del Durback. You're watching, listening to Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast.
Ooh, I like that. That's kind of funky.
It's like if the breakdancing worm was a sound.
I mean, he's not wrong there. We are back. Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. we got Matt here. He's got a bunch of new endeavors that he is. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks.
Ooh, I was loud as fuck. I apologize.
It's not any worse than what I hear at home.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, welcome to the show. I guess this has been the second time, right? You've been on the show once before in the garage.
Yep.
When it was nice out. Yeah.
No, it was freezing in there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was snow on the ground. It was winter.
Yeah.
Shit, I thought it was summertime.
No.
Wow. Holy moly. Anyway, here I am. Well, I'm back.
Hey.
Anywho. Yeah, so like I said, welcome to the show once again, Matt. You got some new musical endeavors that you're taking on, is that correct?
Yes. I guess Proof of Life, we got a new bassist, and that is Mark Felton.
Make you a deal on it. For real. I'm not doing it. Yeah, it's all spray paint art. I'm just trying to get rid of shit. Huh.
Okay.
Were you still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we stopped.
Oh, you did?
have
Yeah,
big
we
clause in
stopped.
there that you can just
Yeah.
get rid
Oh,
of.
nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, with Proof of Life, we ended up finding a new bassist, and so Mark Felton joined
Oh, okay.
Proof of Life on bass, and he had his own project that he was wanting to bring together, and so he and I teamed up, and we brought back his old band Defile Thy Faith.
Oh, okay.
And for that one, I'm actually playing bass on that one.
Oh, nice.
And so that's one musical endeavor
Yeah.
that we're going through. It's fun. And another is like I'm currently in school for music production.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get into like just working as a producer and just getting some songs recording other local bands and whatnot. And Mark has actually been working on the same thing for about 8 years or so. And so he and I are going to team up and possibly, like, we're hoping to move toward opening our own studio.
Shit, yeah. I had to take your picture. I took your picture.
Oh.
Is that okay?
It didn't break your phone, did it?
I didn't. Check it out.
You sure? Oh, okay.
So we can throw it up on our socials.
How'd you get a picture of Bin Laden?
Yeah. I thought he was Ben Hayden. Sorry. Mark's been doing it for 8 years.
Yeah, and so, we're gonna start working together and like mixing and mastering and producing, and our end goal is to open a studio, or at least my end goal is, and so that way, as I get older, I don't have to worry so much about being like having like the image of a public celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been, like, I guess, wanting to just, well, not just record music, like, I guess record music in general?
Well, I guess now you could say it's been over half my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I started into music at 13.
Yeah.
So, and I'm 39 now.
Heck yeah.
A few years I've been wanting to get into music.
Yeah, well, you're breaking milestones then, I guess, right? You're doing shit now.
Yeah, I'm able to actually start doing things. And
I mean, I bet it's a pretty stressful process too, as far as like the actual recording of the music.
Well, at first, it was very overwhelming. But as I've progressed through my classes and understand everything that's going on, it makes it a lot less stressful.
Yeah.
And so, and I found that a lot of it relies mostly on your mindset. Yeah, because at first I'm thinking, I want to do this, and this, but in order to get from this point to this other point, I'm missing something. And in a lot of those situations, it was the mindset, rather than focusing on every single little detail. I've got to just kind of keep the big picture in mind, and then from there, it's like, how do I get to the final result from where I'm at? And yeah, it's just really about keeping the right mindset.
Yeah, like in it to win it type thing. Don't get discouraged.
Kind of like the don't get discouraged is a big thing. But what I'm learning with mixing is that the individual tracks by themselves are going to sound like garbage.
Oh, okay.
But when you bring it into the full mix, that's when it sounds exactly how you're trying to get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely a process getting there.
Oh, I bet, man.
So,
I bet.
I don't want to underplay that or anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I couldn't even really imagine at this point. But I mean, I bet too. You know, obviously, it's something that you've always wanted to do and everything. So, like, you know, I guess, you know, it's just like when we do this podcast or do the art stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, this is what I really like to do. You know what I mean? It is a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? But like, the outcome's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the outcome can definitely be worth it. Yeah.
So, what did you ever think of a name for your? Well, I guess. Hold on. It'd be a record company, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
To an extent, like it wouldn't be like a record label, but like getting to the point of like making records, yeah. So it could be
Production studio.
Yeah.
What would you name your studio? Do you have a name for your studio?
Well, one that I've been toying around with, and the way I got here was when I was uploading all of the Proof of Life songs into DistroKid, they asked us for a label name. And they even had in parentheses saying, like, you can make something up.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I'll make something up. And, like, I battle with imposter syndrome a lot.
Okay.
And so...
Ooh, I love that.
Well,
yeah, the imposter syndrome. Yeah.
And so what I decided to name it based on my imposter syndrome was lifelike.
Ooh.
Because like when I first had the idea, I had no idea what I was doing when it came to recording.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, like fake it till you make it kind of thing. And like, so I'm like, yeah, lifelike.
Yeah.
So.
That is pretty dope. How long did it take you Was that right on the fly?
Kinda.
Really? Nice,
It kinda
dude.
was. But it just kind of speaks to my insecurities.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, just like you were saying, that whole imposter syndrome thing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, you do see that a lot, you know what I mean? And it's almost like with anything, you know?
Yeah, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, a mechanic could go through all of the training, become certified, like master technician, but then still feel like he shouldn't be doing it. Like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that, I guess that's just, I feel like that's the fundamental of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it fits. Because
Good.
I never feel like I never feel like I know what I'm doing with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I don't really think I know what I'm doing half the time. Do you?
Pretty sure I don't know what I'm doing half the time.
Yeah. Oh shit. So, you just spoke about this other new band project thing that you're doing, correct?
Yep.
When are the people gonna hear?
Well, Mark is currently working on a mix for the demo.
Cool. Shit,
and so once he gets everything sorted out, because he's very particular on like what sounds he wants to go for with Defile Thy Faith, and so he's handling the mixing, and once he gets that to a point that he's happy with it, then we can get it mastered and then put it out as a demo.
Yeah.
But until then, we will be playing May 4th.
Okay.
With the Band Repent's opening or a tour kickoff.
Oh, so next week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. If I'm not out of town, I'm definitely gonna be there.
Okay.
Maisie has traveling volleyball like a motherfucker. So like weekends, I'm usually not in town.
Gotcha,
but yeah, that's where a lot of my time goes. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, my sister deals with something like that because my niece is a dancer, so she's traveling for dance competitions.
Oh, yeah.
And so like I see my sister gone all the time, and it's hard to make plans with her because it all depends on when she's going to be in town.
Yeah.
So I don't get to see it firsthand, but
yeah,
I still see it.
You know, the one thing I guess we were pretty lucky this last winter because, it wasn't too crazy. But the thing that it's interesting how they do this where it's like, okay, you guys travel in the shittiest fucking months of the year.
Right.
Be safe.
Yeah, for sure.
Get your children here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what about Proof of Life? Because we got people that listen to the podcast that Proof of Life fans, man.
Okay. Well,
next upcoming show, we got an album coming out. Give us all the deets.
Well, our next upcoming show is May 4th. We're going to be playing with the Band Repent for their tour kickoff, but we're also going to be playing May 25th with Leveler and Hated and Corpse Medicine. And I'm not sure if Defile is on that one or not.
Yeah. At Oil City Beer Company.
Oil City. But
we want to give them a shout out too. We were at Roller Derby last night, and Chris, he's the man down there at Oil City Beer Company. Yeah, that'll be pretty sweet, man. The May 25th one.
Yeah. The fun thing about the 25th is that we're playing with Hated, and Colton, the guitarist of Hated, he produced our like both of our albums that we've recorded, and he also produced Leveler.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, it
was that in the studio in Denver?
Yeah, at the blasting room.
Yeah.
And Leveler's from Denver, so for them it was local, but
yeah.
Just the albums themselves, like everything that Leveler has done with the blasting room, everything that we've done, just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And it speaks volumes to just how good of a producer Colton is.
Yeah. Well, I am going to at the end of this segment of the show, I guess I'm going to throw. I'm not sure what Proof of Life song up, but I'll throw it up right after we get done, so that way we can rock out.
Okay.
All of our wonderful listeners that that haven't heard of Proof of Life, and the other we had the Comic Zone podcast on. We had real nerds podcast out of Denver. We love to spread the love, man.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Our latest release that we just put out is called Run Your Course.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yep.
And so that's a new one.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to shoot it to me, dude.
Absolutely.
I think I have the two, but they were like the older ones, I believe, from like last year. Or...
Yeah, I think so. Because one of them, probably Worse Than the Devil, was one.
Yep.
And then probably I'm thinking it was probably Precious Life was the other.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I want to say you shot me Precious Life first, but I could be wrong.
No, that was the first one that we released.
Yeah, and you did the video with that too, correct?
Yep.
You can find that on YouTube's.
Mm-hmm. We also did put out a video for our song Ham, which is one of our heavier songs, or heaviest songs. But it's fun.
Yeah.
And that video, we actually shot that in a basement, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
Like we had one guy, he's a friend of ours. He wanted to crowd surf in the video.
Yeah.
And so we crowd surfed and drug his face across the ceiling.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And it was a really fun experience to shoot that video.
Oh, I bet. Didn't like the cops show up and all that stuff?
No. In the video, there's the premise that the cops show up, but those were actually hired security agents to play the cops.
Yeah. Yeah. So technically, you guys didn't get too rowdy for the actual local law enforcement to engage. But the good thing too is, you know what I mean. You guys you're always like family friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type stuff, and you never like overstep your boundary. I guess is that the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if the neighbor would have came over or some shit and been like, "Hey, can you turn that down?" Okay, sorry. Type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. We would have tried to like.
Be a dickosaurus.
Yeah, don't be a dickosaurus.
Yeah. No one likes a dickosaurus. Unless they're being a twat waffle, then they might like a dickosaurus.
Right? For sure.
Yeah.
Everybody likes that one.
Yeah. We should do some different like laughter once, you know. Oh, too funny. Well, shoot, man. I mean, you got anything else that's coming up that you want to share with the wonderful three-wheel bicycle podcast world?
Well,
maybe
I could,
it's an ear.
I could just let people know that Proof of Life is currently working on writing new songs. We've got 3 in the works right now, and we're looking to put out even more.
Nice.
So
you're just gonna keep rolling, as Fred Durst says.
I'm not a fan of Limp Bizkit.
You're not a Limp fan?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Tony is, not me.
Yeah.
But I'm a bigger fan of West Borland. But yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna lie. That's one band that I would really like to see before, you know, the bucket list type shit. I had when they were in Denver. It was like a couple of years, 2-3 years ago. I was working for the Horseheads, and I kept seeing everybody posting pictures, and I'm like, motherfucker. I just want to go one time. Cheer. Oh, man. Anywho.
Well, you've got your second chance with them coming back out on tour.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to be quite honest with you. The first, second, and third album, I liked them. You know, like the Starfish Water Chocolate Derby thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
The fucking chocolate derby?
Starfish
Chocolate
party.
derby.
Yeah. But then after that, like, I don't know. It was just weird. I mean, they have that one song that I do like. It's kind of a newer one, that whole dad vibe song or whatever. Just because, like,
yeah,
you know, dad.
Yeah.
I can relate well. But yeah, any of the other stuff, I never really, I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't say I ever really got into them a whole lot.
Yeah.
Just preference, you know.
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Can't fault anyone for that.
Oh, no, dude. Shit. If you do, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have the right to your own opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. America.
Yeah. Were you a Korn fan?
Not as much. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you had one, if you had one to pick, would it be Limp Bizkit or Korn? He's thinking hard, folks.
I probably would have leaned more towards Korn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back when I was first getting into just the really heavy music, I was all about Slipknot.
Yeah.
I was a maggot.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And so, if it wasn't Slipknot, it wasn't shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people equal shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Slipknot's. They are good shit. It is kind of a bummer that a lot of the, band members ain't, it's not all the same ones, but, unfortunately, shit happens, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just life.
I saw them at Ozfest and had no idea who they really were or anything, and it fucking blew my mind. We went there to go see Pantera and fucking Ozzy and shit, and that shit blew my fucking mind. It was like, dude, who the fuck? Motherfuckers running across the stage just straight clotheslining each other and shit, smashing shit with bats. I was like, dude, what the fuck? This is cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hell yeah.
I was kind of bummed when they were supposed to be here. Well, they were supposed to be here a couple times, if I remember correctly. And the last time was like right after I got out of prison, flattered my number, just moved here. Alicia's like, guess what I got you? I got you some tickets to Slipknot. And I was like, oh, my God. Hopefully they're the same as they were when I first seen them. Because the first time I seen them was when they just released their self-entitled album.
Mm-hmm.
So, just like we were talking about, fucking insane. But, yeah, so I was always kind of curious, you know what I mean, if they would be the same as they were back then.
Yeah, and what happened to that one?
I have no idea. They canceled.
They canceled?
Yeah.
Was that the one that Anthrax was supposed to open?
To be honest with you, I'm not 100%.
Okay. Well, because I remember there was one where Anthrax ended up dropping off their tour, and then they canceled the Casper show. But then the event center decided, with all of those tickets that people bought for the Slipknot show, they put on like a Wyoming State Battle of the Bands.
And
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Because then all the bands from around the state entered, and then they all got a chance to play like a 15-minute set, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was fun. One of my old projects, Dark by Nature, got to play that.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Where was that at anyway? I can't remember right now. It was
at the event center.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have another one where it was like, God, it was like at a hotel or something. It wasn't in Casper. Because I remember it was quite a few years ago, and there was the Comic-Con going on, and that's when Beastwood was still a thing, and Jake was going to come and hang out with me, but they had to go. It's like Muddy Gap, somewhere around Muddy Gap or something. I don't remember, but it was like some sort of like Battle of the Bands type thing. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh, what's this one say? Shout out to Bonda Rant Trading Company.
Showing us some stickers.
That's not how you make cobbler. The cobbler.
I don't remember. But
It was a wrestling video.
I just remember that I put the image of this sticker together, and then
The story for that one is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me a video, a wrestling video, and it was like a black guy in like a blueberry velour suit, and he body slams this skinny white guy. And I was like, it looks like a blueberry trying to fuck a breadstick. And he starts laughing, and I went, that's not how you make cobbler, sir. And then he made the sticker, and it's my favorite one.
Oh, man.
That's funny shit. Oh. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times, good laughs, good music, good people. That's what you get here at Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast.
Chair sucks.
And we got shitty chairs. They've been hurting the buttocks, my hip.
Yeah.
Josh's fucking body's jacked up. Sometimes we got to get up and move around. We don't do jumping jacks, though.
No, I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You afraid people are going to stare at your boobs?
Well, they do bounce, but
right.
The main thing is that I can't hurt myself, or else I can't go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, suck it up.
Yeah. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it all.
Yeah.
Just swallow a couple Tylenol and head off.
Yeah. Well, shit, yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you hopping on and bullshitting with us for a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. This summer, hopefully at some point in time, it would be cool, you know what I mean? Get you guys in the garage, you know what I mean? We got way more space than, downstairs in the basement. But yeah, and I promise this time it won't be so cold.
Right.
No, I totally forgot about that shit like an idiot.
No worries.
It's been a long weekend so far, dude. I don't think I got home till 2 last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. here we are. Anywho, you feel free to go ahead and plug away, my man. All your socials, your bands, all those wonderful.
Okay. You can check out Proof of Life at Proof of Life Band on Facebook. We're on all major streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes, all of them. All of them. You know, Pandora is one of those too.
Yeah.
Like there's too many to list, but also be on the lookout for some music from Defile Thy Faith, as well as some brand new music from Proof of Life.
No real release date yet or anything?
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, our next release date is going to be our song Introspection, which was in the last batch that we did with the Blasting Room, but that's going to be our next release coming out. And then we've got one more after that called The War I Wage. And they're great songs. And so we're looking forward to those coming out and being able to promote those.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you, man. Do you want to take us out, Josh? Thank you once again, Matt. You were tuned in to, I wonder, do you think we should just let this whole entire, bunch it into one episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're probably tuned in to one of the longest episodes of Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast in history. I believe this is episode 179. It could be 180. Either or. We love ya. All right, three-wheelers. Thank you for hanging on this long. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to our guests, the Comic Zone podcast, Kamakazie Kid, Real Nerds podcast. And we can't forget about Matt with Proof of Life, Vanderheiden Trading Company. She hopped on. And Kamakazie. Do us a favor. Go down below. Click those links. Share them up with your friends. Your neighbor's dog might have a pet chimpanzee. Thank you once again. This is Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast coming out of Casper, Wyoming. Signing off.